Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. We had Deku and Kara. Now, these two have been through quite a lot together, and they have also had a lot of time to talk and think. Now, these two, they are trying to discover a way to talk Cal down. Maybe get him to pull back the way the regime is acting. Try and, well, be less controlling over Earth. Batman and the insurgents, they want Superman to give back control of the world. However, he's unwilling. Now, if they can't talk Clark down, which is plan A, there's plan B, a little tough love. They try to talk him down, but they also use a little bit of force. Try and get Clark to work out that anger. Actually let it loose, let go of it, because he's bottling it up. There's plan C, which, honestly, they're going to try and go with that one first. There's plan D, there's plan E. Deku just has so many ideas as to how to deal with Clark. Some good, some bad. But there's also another thing that's complicated about all this. If Clark does get put in prison, if Clark is actually able to be talked down, will he be willing or unwilling? Will he try to escape? Will he try and reform the regime? What will he do if they put him in prison unwillingly? Because if he breaks out, then honestly, Deku, he might have to... No. Clark is family to him now. Now, Deku and Kara, the two are currently flying up above the city. They have a lot on their minds. They have a lot to do, a lot to think about. And right now they want to enact their plan. Everything that happened with the gods, it was over fast. Now they just have to deal with minor threats, the little things. Now, that's what Deku does think. As General him and Kara, they actually do enjoy their time. They fly through the sky, and, well, they just enjoy the scenery. Now, the two, they would get back to the Kent family farm, where right now the two, they do go to get dressed to talk to Clark. Now, right now Deku, he actually is putting on a tie. Him talking about it to Kara, as he will go to tighten it a bit, that right now, he's fairly certain that this, him looking at himself, looks a bit okay. And I'm turning to Kara. As right now, Kara, she actually is talking about it. Her going to ask Izuku if he can give her a bit of a hand. Deku turning towards her and going to see what her problem is. Him going to bring his hands out and go to zip up her dress. Now, Kara does talk about it. Her standing there, that she thinks that it looks pretty cute, right? Her going to at least take a step back and look in the mirror. I mean, it looks good, right? It does. But then again, I'm not really too sure what we could do about how I look. Now, Deku, he does go look down, expressing to her. I mean, the shirt, it's just sorta not his style. It's too loose, and the jacket, I mean, he doesn't like it. Izuku, you're only used to your suit. I know, but I'm comfortable that way. If I'm not wearing the suit, then I just like to wear my other clothes. Izuku, that wasn't really an outfit. That was just you wearing... Never mind. Anyways, now, Kara would talk about it. Her going to walk out of the room that they're ready. They need to go talk to Cal now. Right. Now, the two, they do go to leave. And right now, there actually is where they do arrive to the Hall of Justice, where Superman, he had a lot going through his head. He's trying to think about everything. And right now he's trying to sit there thinking about where Batman might be. Him gonna stand and tell Wonder Woman. He's gonna try and go find him. He needs to find him. He has searched all week, and it's still annoying him. Everything that happened. Clark turned to Wonder Woman, or Diana, as she would tell Clark. She doesn't understand. Her family, things have been a bit strange with them, but she does need to go see them as well. I mean, she needs to take time off to at least understand what to do here. I get it, Diana. But, Bruce, it was supposed to be over. All of it was supposed to be over. I thought I thought I won. But clearly not. Clark, you're running yourself a little too much, aren't you? You're trying to shut down. No, I'm not, Diana. I'm fine. Clark, you're not even listening to a word I say. Diana, I'm fine. Clark turning back to her. As Diana would tell him, bring up her hand. Right now, Clark Kent, he is not fine. Right now, Clark Kent, he is not okay. Right now, Superman, he may think that he's fine. But he needs to be aware of a few things. Diana trying to calm him down. As right now Deku and Kara, the two do come walking into the room. And Superman, or Kal-El, he would go to look towards those two, seeing them. As right now, Deku, he does go to look towards Kara. Now, Kara's just standing there expressing a Cal. They came here to talk to him really quickly. Why dress like that? Are you two going somewhere? No, Cal. We're all going somewhere. Me, you, and Duville. We are going to Kandor. Kandor? Yeah, Cal. Deku's stepping forwards, informing him. They talked to the Atom. They talked to Ray. He's gonna be helping them shrink down, and, well, they've been having his help supply Kandor for a bit. So, they are all going to go there. And, well, there is somebody they all want him to meet. What are you talking about? Now, Diana, she does see an opportunity here. Her actually trying to tell Cal. Maybe this is the perfect opportunity for him right now. Diana, what about Kal-El? Allow us to all handle it. The regime is an army of people just like you, with some of your powers. Important powers. Strength and durability. Now, you made an army of people just like you. So, at least rely on them. Give them some trust. In fact, we can all leave Hal and Barry in charge of it. Even Cyborg. Now, right now there actually is Barry, who he does actually look at Diana. Him asking about why isn't Diana going to do anything. To which Diana actually would turn back to Flash, giving him a bit of a stare, informing Barry. She is going to go along. She is quite curious to see this civilization. Now, Deku does turn to look at Diana. If Diana goes along, then this might be a little bit more complicated. She'll put thoughts into his head. So whisper things into his ear. He's seen it so far. Diana's been strong and absolute. But is that her having loyalty towards him? Or is it because she knows that she'll never be Lois Lane? Now, Deku he does look towards Diana, at least trying to express to her about how They were hoping that this would be a bit more of a Kryptonian only trip. And Diana, she would stare directly at Deku, or Duville, expressing to him, Ray Palmer is not a Kryptonian. And Deku, he doesn't say anything to that. If he tries to push, Clark might get suspicious. He's been on edge. So Deku, he would let it slide, expressing to her, she'd be correct on that. Now, Kara would go to express to Clark, or Cal, as she can see the gears turning in his mind. He's thinking about it. Her telling him, they'll come back here tomorrow afternoon. Expect them around 12. What they'll do is they'll come here with, well, Ray. Then they're all going to go to the fortress and shrink down. Go see Kandor. Does he understand? Now, Clark will go to open his mouth. And right now there actually is at super speed. Barry will go to see it. He watches Deku and Kara look at each other. And right now there is with the two, they will go to bring their hands up to each other before going to turn and bolt. And there is actually Kal-El, who he was looking down before he looked up. And he realized that the two, they were gone. And there actually was Barry. Barry, he did see that. And right now, as the whooshing can be heard, Deku and Kara, they left. And Clark, he's trying to debate this in his head. And right now there actually is Wonder Woman, who, unknowingly, she plays her part in their plan. Trick Cal to go into Kandor, where it is still under a red sun lamp. Now, we do actually have over at Wayne Manor, where right now, Alfred, he currently is going through a few things, dusting. He's trying to make sure everything here is good and in proper order. As right now, after he does get to hear a sound at the door, Alfred, he'll go to turn. Him going to hear the sound before going to listen. And right now there is whenever he does go to bring his hand down into his jacket pocket. Him pulling out a container of super pills. Going to pop it open and take one of the very few that are left inside. Him swallowing the pill and going to close the container, before going to bring his hands up and crack his knuckles. Now, right now Alfred will go to walk into the next room. Him going to see what's going on. There's a visitor at Wayne Manor. That hasn't happened in quite some time. Now, Alfred will go to open the door. And right now he does see Deku and Kara. The two both standing there in their outfits. Now, Alfred will go to comment on it as he does allow the two inside. The two look like they've had fun. Deku bring his hands up to, somewhat, pull his hair back because of how messy it did get. And right now, there actually is Kara, who she does go to bring her hair up into a ponytail, talking about it. Their earthling contraptions are so flimsy against the wind. Now, Alpha would somewhat reiterate. Yes, a contraption made of simple little plastic, not a device capable of going thousands of miles per hour in seconds. Such a shame it is to be them. Now, right now Alpha would go to inform them, walking over to a clock and going to grab onto it, that Mr. Wayne is waiting downstairs for both of them. Now, the two do go to walk downstairs, and Deku, whenever he does walk over to Alfred and get to the clock, he'll go to bring out his hand, informing Alfred. He's heard about much that he's done. In fact, he's a little bit of a fan, and Alfred will go to shake his hand and tell him, it's very nice to meet him, which Deku would tell him, the honor's his. I mean, his stories before he was a butler, they're a lot more intriguing. Now, Alfred does smirk a little bit, and right now he will go to walk downstairs. Now, right now Alfred will go to greet Mr. Wayne and inform him of their guest arriving. Now, Deku, he does currently look at Batman, or Bruce Wayne. Right now he's sitting in front of the back computer, typing out a few things, and making sure he can do a few things. And Deku just talk about it, as Bruce does turn and see the both of them, that he was assuming that he would never come back here, or he'd use the secondary location. And Kara would go to someone, turn her head, confused. Secondary? And right now Batman, or Bruce, would turn, looking directly at Deku. Of course. He already knows about the other Batcave. Now, Bruce would tell both of them that he's not surprised that Duville knows. Then again, why is he here? Bruce, we're doing something that we need to. We're going to try and talk down Clark. We need you and the insurgency to stay away from the fortress. Why? Because if we can't talk him down, then we might have to be a little bit more forceful. So it'd be on my side. We never said that. We want the best for your world. Bruce, we're from a dead planet. We don't feel like we have to keep bashing over the head with that information, do we? I'm well aware as to what you are. Good. So, listen to this. We don't want your world to die the same way ours did. We'll help you. Talk him down. We'll help you. Because we don't think, right now, Clark, he's in the best state of mind to be making decisions he has. The regime isn't a bad call, Bruce. However, the way things are right now, Bruce needs to understand. If the regime is disbanded, then so many things are going to happen. He needs to be prepared for that. His status quo, quote unquote, for villains, it won't go back to normal. People know he's Bruce Wayne. People know about his crusade against crime. People know everybody. Clark, Bruce, Diana, Barry. And then there's a few other people. You have Hal Jordan, and you even have Cyborg, Victor Stone. All of them. They have given up their identities. And they want to protect the world. But is it a world they could actually live in or be a part of? He doesn't know. And if the regime is to disband right now, they'll all figure it out. They'll all find out. So, allow them to actually talk to Clark. Actually be with Clark for one simple day. If not, don't do any activities around the fortress or the Arctic for at least 3. Maybe an entire week. How about that? Now, Bruce, he does sit there at the computer. And right now he's trying to think about a plan that he could use right now on Clark. Clark, if he goes to Kandor, he's assuming they're all going to go to Kandor. They are going to be weakened. What he would do if he was them, Duville's odd, he would make sure Kandor is still under a red sun lamp. Practically human. And that does mean that Clark, he would be just a man. And Duville, he would be a very well-trained man, there to kick the shit out of him. Give him some tough love. A bit of a boot in the ass. So, maybe Duville can actually do a few good things here. And Bruce would actually want to turn. And informing the two that they have his word. Now, Alfred would actually go to talk about it. He has never seen Bruce be left speechless like that before. I thought that they were still here. No, they vanished 2 seconds ago. I was waiting for you to notice. Ah, I really hate that trick. You only hate it because you're on the other side of it, sir. Alfred? Yes, sir? Do you think I'm doing the right thing? Yes, sir. How do you know? I do. You do not rule by fear. He does. He lived by fear. He let the fear consume him. You don't. Hmm. Right. Now, Batman, he does get to at least make a few phone calls. And right now there actually is where Deku, him and Kara, they do arrive at the fortress. And Clark and Diana, both the two are there. Now, Clark does talk about it as Ray Palmer, he does get a few things set up. And right now, while these two, they're doing all that, there actually is over with a few people in Metropolis. Right now, the Flash, he is running around the city. He has a few things going through his head as well. A few problems happening. He thought that they were doing the right thing. He thought he was doing the right thing. He still thinks he's doing the right thing. But is he? Superman and Lois. Lois was a human. She was kind. I mean, then there's Superman and Diana. Two destructive forces. They crushed a kid's spine because he stood up to them. Jesus. He thought, what would Superman do? Stand up to him. And what did Superman do? He broke the kid's fucking back. Barry's a little lost. And right now there actually is in Australia. He's running along that highway. Right now, he does have a few things cross his mind. He needs to think. That being what Barry does have go through his head. As right now he does slow down. Practically to a crawl. Right now he's having a debate with himself. As his foot does make contact with the ground. What to do? How to go about this? Right now, he has a decision to make. Will he go back in time or change things? Go back in time and prevent Lois, Metropolis, maybe? Or will he just allow all of it to keep going? Fuck. Messing with time the way he did last time, it did so much. It did so much. It fucked up so much. But this is all fucked. He's going against friends and allies, and right now, he's not sure what to say. His other foot hitting the ground. As Barry, he rolls it around again. It feels like he's gonna go crazy here. He's taken 5 steps only. But right now, he still is debating it. He's been doing so for hours at super speed. Will going back in time stop it? Or will it just fuck things up more? He stopped the other things from happening, but what will he do now? I mean, this thing with Lois, all of it afterwards, and then now. It could be changed, stopped even, prevented. But things got worse. So, what will happen next? What will the next thing be? I mean, Duvel Zod and Kara Zor-El, Lois Lane, and all this, this never happened in the other timeline. Lois was alive. She was still there. Duvel Zod and Kara Zor-El didn't exist. He was okay. He was fine. But Superman's a dictator in this timeline. If he goes to the next timeline, what's going to happen? What will change? What will he do? Will it be Duvel Zod who goes insane and kills all of them? Or, no, he didn't exist in the last timeline. He exists in this one, though. So, yeah, that is a very big question. Now, Barry, he continues to run. As right now, inside Kandor, the gate, it did open. And right now, 4 people, they actually do walk into the city. And many Kryptonians, they do see it. Right now, there just stand a man. There stands a woman. And then there just stand their old guest. Some people, they recognize these two. The saviors of Kandor. And Arnold Clark, he actually does feel a bit strange as he would go to look up and see the red solar lamp. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.